So top debt consolidation tips. So the top tips if you're considering debt consolidation. Tip number one, do the math. As I always say, mortgages, finance, usually it's not rocket science, it's math. So do the math. Are you paying out more than you should be? Is it possible to put all those debts in one place on one lower interest rate and pay them off quicker? Do the math. Understand equity. So you might want to get a mortgage statement that you understand how much you owe on your home. You'll also need to understand what the market value is now. Quick tip: an estate agent is usually going to inflate the value of your home. Don't use the number on Rightmove. Don't use the number on Zoopla. And if you are, be prepared for the actual value of your home, maybe to be a little bit less, especially at the time that I'm making this video. Act early. So don't figure it's just going to correct itself. Don't think things are just going to work themselves out. Act early. If you feel that each month you're just barely getting by or just barely able to make your payments and you do have equity in your home, consider the consolidation loan. But if you are going to consider it early. So speak to a mortgage broker or financial advisor early. Have your credit report. Look at how much you're paying each month. Look at the interest rates. Look at how much equity you have and look at when your remortgage is due. Because at the point of remortgage, it's usually the best time if you're going to be releasing equity for debt consolidation. A good time to do it is at the point of remortgage rather than during the fixed term, where maybe if you're remortgaging with another company to release the equity, you may pay early repayment charges. Speak to a mortgage broker. Do not fool yourself. Let the numbers speak for themselves. Be data driven. Do not be emotionally driven, because your emotions will fool you, get you in trouble, and quite often cost you a lot more money and potentially put you in a position where when you finally decide that you do want to do a debt consolidation loan, it's too late because you're too far in arrears, you've missed a mortgage payment, and a litany of other things that can make it more difficult. Even if you don't speak to me, obviously, I'd love for you to reach out to me. My contact details are in the email, in the description. And as I said, you can call me. I'm a real person. People are quite often surprised when they call and I pick up. Now, if I don't pick up, I'm probably with a client, but I'm a real person. But even if you don't speak to me, make sure that you speak to someone. If you're speaking to a mortgage broker, make sure that it's someone that you know, that you trust, or someone that's been referred to you by someone that you know or trust. Also, make sure that they do have a good understanding of debt consolidation, and that they're putting you first. They're putting you and your family first. Don't deal with a mortgage broker who ultimately is just trying to get another mortgage. You want someone that, if it's not right for you, will actually tell you, well, there's another way, even if it means that they lose the deal. So speak to a mortgage broker. When you're speaking to them, be open and honest. This is one of my big pet peeves. People come to a mortgage broker or a financial professional and they tell half the story. They want you to help them, but they don't want to tell you what the symptoms are. I've been in finance for over 30 years, 3 decades. I've done wealth management, I've done debt collections, and I've done lending. Anyone with my level of experience can pretty much figure out what's going on just by looking at your bank statements. Banks don't mind if you have hiccups, if you have issues, if you have missed payments or arrears. But what they do need to know is that you're going to be open and honest with them, that you're going to disclose those things. I had a client just recently, we started the process. On my first call, I always ask the same question. Have you had any late payments, missed payments, CCJs, defaults, or payment arrangements in the last 12 months? She told me no. We got further on into the process. She sent me her credit report, everything tied up. It wasn't until much later in the process when we were reviewing her bank statements and we saw a small payment. It was like 20 something pounds. to a company. When we asked her about it, she said, "Oh, I didn't pay a particular bill and I'm on a payment arrangement." Had I known that from 2 weeks before that, I would have placed her with a different lender. I was still able to help her, but it made the process take a little bit longer. So always be open, always be honest. And if you don't feel that you can be open and honest with your broker or financial advisor, then you're dealing with the wrong person. Always make sure that you're dealing with them in a way that they can do the best for you because they have a full picture of your situation. Review your current mortgage because the early repayment charge could mean that it's not actually viable to do a debt consolidation loan, maybe at that point. So if you've just started a new mortgage, I would say if you've just started a new mortgage and you're maybe 1 or 2 years into it and you find yourself having issues that you're considering a debt consolidation loan, my guess would be you didn't work with the right broker, because the right broker will be able to look at your finances and see things that maybe you don't see. They'll be able to warn you of things or trends on your credit profile or the way that you're spending your money. They'll go through that with you. Quite frequently, I have clients who, on paper, may qualify for a higher mortgage payment or a higher mortgage amount, but I'll advise them, well, I'm looking at your finances. I'm seeing X, Y, Z. So maybe we should stretch that mortgage term over a longer term so that your payments are lower. I would say that most of the time people are like, no, 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 I don't want to be paying this mortgage for that long. But remember, your mortgage term. So when you initially take out a mortgage or when you're remortgaging, the mortgage term is very different than the fixed term. So you could do a mortgage over, let's just say, 20 years with a fixed term of 2 years. After that 2 years ends, it doesn't mean that you have to remortgage at 18 years. You could review your finances, review your situation, and you could remortgage over a shorter term. This is why having the right mortgage broker is so important. You don't want someone that's just going to get you the deal that you want. You want someone that's going to talk you through all the options and make you aware of other options that you can make an informed choice. Sometimes your mortgage broker may say no. No doesn't mean never. And no may not be what you want to hear, but it may be the best thing for you. So make sure you speak to a mortgage broker. My name's Anthony Lindsay, and I'd love to be your mortgage broker. If you have friends or family in need of a mortgage, make sure that you share this video. If you have a topic that you'd like for me to discuss, make sure you put that in the comments, and make sure that you like and make sure that you give feedback, because I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to give you legal advice, financial advice, or tax advice. And remember, your home could be repossessed if you don't keep up the repayments on your mortgage. I'd love to have an appointment with you. My QR code is here. I don't charge for conversations, and I'm really quick. I'm really efficient, but most importantly, I am compliant, and I will put you, your financial needs, and your family first, which means sometimes I may advise you that this is not the right thing. This debt consolidation that you're looking at isn't the best or cheapest way of resolving your issue. I'll go through everything thoroughly. There's no pressure, there's no hacks, there's no bank bashing, just an honest conversation where I can give you the information that you need. If you'd like this video, make sure that you subscribe. And my name is Anthony Lindsay. If you need anything, be sure to reach out. And I appreciate you watching and hope to see you on the next episode.